Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to an episode of Tatami Talk. My name is Juan. This is my partner, Anthony. This is Judo Podcast for Judo players by two Judo players. So, Anthony, how you doing?
I want to ask that question.
All right, go ahead. You go ahead. You ask.
How are you doing?
Well, you could be more. I have had this question sometimes. One, you always ask Anthony how he's doing, and he never cares if he gives a shit about you. I was like, that's just Anthony.
Is that it?
That is Anthony.
You're the one who does the intro and then asks me a question every single time. My life is not that exciting where it would be a different answer every episode. So if you just listen to every episode, it's just like, I'm tired, I'm sore, I'm hurt. Like,
I can't be like, so Juan, how you doing? Well, let me tell you, Juan, how I'm doing right now.
The only time I leave my house is to go to the dojo. So
how's your bathroom doing? Got that fixed yet?
Oh man, yeah. No, I put the shower curtain up. I haven't had time. I think I alluded to the last episode, but there's I might change jobs, so that's been taking up a lot of my time. I haven't really gotten around to it, and also try and plan out my vacation days, because if I change jobs, I might have a gap in between, and I might just like take a month off or 2 months off or something, so you can cover my classes for 2 months.
Oh, I am not going to class. We're just going to change the damn schedule in October already.
That's around the time when
I told you there's a tournament I wanted to go do, but it's the first weekend that we're changing your schedule, so I can't be like, hey guys, we're changing your schedule, but can someone cover my first day?
So what you're saying is I have 2 months to train assistant coaches to
We got to find some people that are willing and able and trustworthy enough to teach classes where we're not there.
Yeah. There's been an influx of in the last couple of weeks, I've got a few either people from Reddit or podcast listeners come to my class. Like, so that was interesting.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really talk about it, but they're just like, oh, I listened to the podcast, so that's cool. So thanks.
Well, we did have one of our students one time tell us, like, I listened to your podcast, and it's like, it's really cool training this kind of celebrities. I'm like, hey, we're not celebrities.
No, I don't know about celebrities. I really don't know. I think, especially since I talk about some of the methods I use for teaching, and I think people have too high of an expectation of what it's like when it's like, it's not really about what you do in class. It's about how those things that we decided to do that day, how it came to be, like the process behind it. So that's where most of it goes on. And I think the guy's name was Michael. Yeah, I think it was Michael. Nikkei Games, someone new came up to me. I was like, oh, are you Anthony from Tatami Talk? And I was like, do I look that different in person?
I just want to be 100% sure, okay? I want to make sure you're not Matt.
Yeah, so I asked him, like, oh, do you know that we have a Substack? Because he said he liked some of the coaching stuff we're talking about, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, did you know that I have a Substack? I was just curious because we keep plugging it.
But
he's like, no, I did not, and I was like, yeah, clearly something we're doing is not.
We're going to OnlyFans. I'm sorry, guys. Substack's not working. We're going to OnlyFans. Okay, we're gonna sell some feet pics also over there, but we're gonna be OnlyFans guys.
So we just need to plug the Substack in the beginning. And Instagram and all that stuff in the beginning now instead of at the end. But now maybe we'll do that once I move. I decided I'm just going to move it off of Substack. So yeah, up to probably Beehive. But again, don't have time to do it right now. Yeah. All right. Not much. So I'll start the topic. Right. There's really not much going on in the Judo universe right now. So I think we're still waiting for the rules. Like, that hasn't happened. Cadet World Championship, Junior World Championships coming up soon. We were gonna plug our. I guess by the time this episode comes out, it's gonna be. Is it gonna be over, or is it gonna be?
No, it'll be Sunday. So
it'll be like 2 days from now.
This will come out on Friday. If you're in the LA area or in the Southern California area, I know Naka Argyudanshikai doesn't hold a whole lot of kata clinics anymore, or when they do, they're very far and few between, or you don't know about it. So Argyudanshikai is going to be holding Katame no Kata, right?
Katame no Kata, yeah.
A Katame no Kata kata clinic at Hollywood Judo Dojo. It's
You
gonna
hear
start.
that, Dave Roman?
Yeah, come all the way out to LA for your second Dan kata. It's the second Dan kata. It's all newaza. So if you don't know it, it's an interesting way to come learn it from like four really good judo players and stuff that are all about not about kata and stuff. But here's the good thing about it: if you already know it and you're pretty good at it, and you want to just add to your list of certificates and get ready for your second Dan test, they're testing for certificates at the end of the clinic. So the clinic itself is $50. But then to take the kata test is another $20 each person. It's not per pair; it's for each person. Sorry, guys, ladies and gentlemen, you got to pay. All right. The one good thing about it is that they, like I said, this doesn't happen that often, and it's really nice to have this certifications for when you do send in your packets for your knee dan, your shodan, all these other dan ranks that you need it for. You have it there. And it's one of the things where once you've done it and you have the certification, you have a certificate, you really don't have to do it again unless you teach it to somebody or showing it to somebody.
Yeah. I don't want to go too deep into it about kata because we were dead kata episodes, and maybe we'll do another one because I feel like my views on it changed a little bit. But yeah, definitely if you're in the area, I'm going to post it on Reddit after this. Actually, if you're in the area, like and you need to do it or you're interested in it, just come. I think when we talked to Pamela, who's hosting it with her kata partner, she mentioned that anyone's welcome, but you have to at least know like the basics. Like, don't come in if you're like you can't tell a difference between kuzuri, kesagatame, and kesagatame. Like,
Yeah, like
yeah,
well,
at
you
least
should know this stuff for your black.
Yeah.
Like is that you should be a black belt to know this stuff.
It's targeted towards people who are getting their second dan or brown belts or something. But if you're like an orange or green belt or something, then you want to do it just for fun, because you're interested in it and you know like the basics of all the pins and stuff. Then, I think she said that's you're welcome to come too. But you can also come watch. That's another thing because we have a couple of people who are injured that can't do it. Or I forgot who was gonna. Yeah, I can't remember who, but they said coming to spectate is also an option. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And you can sign up on Smooth Comp, and they prefer that you sign up on Smooth Comp before you go, but you can't sign up on Smooth Comp when you're there in case you have any questions.
You're gonna go, right? So I'm gonna be your partner. I'm gonna be your partner.
So
yeah,
I want to go. I have the fourth dawn already and stuff. I'd like to go just get this certification, but I have to go to open it up anyways. Someone has to be there to supervise for the dojo. So
yeah,
I'll be there no matter what.
I did the uke part already, so just want to do a tori, and I don't know if my knee's up for it because all the sliding on the floor.
Well, figure it out in a week.
Yeah.
Or by the time this podcast comes out, figure it out in 2 days. You got 48 hours to figure out if you want to do it or not.
All right. Maybe I'll just watch. I don't know. But anyway, that's it. Again, coaching clinic 2. That's happening September 14th. We officially got the USA Judo sanction for that.
Yep.
So I need to do it because I just realized my certification is going to end. Also, this is a fun thing. Like, my background check is expiring, so I need to do that. And I'm not going to pass. No, I'm just kidding.
You're not going to pass. What did you do?
I did too much BJJ. So no.
No.
So I had to redo my safe sport and my background check, right? And the safe sport used to be every 2 to 3 years, I believe. And now they made it. I just realized that when I renewed it, it's expiring in a year. So I'm going to have to do a safe sport every year, but the background check's every 2 or 3 years now, which is completely backwards to me because the safe sport stuff is, how do I say it? Let's be honest. It's once you take it once, it's kind of dumb to just have to take it again.
See, I don't know because safe sport to me sometimes that's a lot of stuff that I think some people forget and think like, oh yeah, I know this. But
you can have so this is how they do it in tech, right? There's refreshers courses, right? Or you can what do you call it? Test out of the sections that you're taking. So if you answer these questions correctly, it's like, oh, you know this stuff already. I'm not going to make you watch the whole thing and sit there for the whole thing. So those were options, but it's just weird to me that the background check is not every year because it's like, oh, did something that's gonna make me not pass the background check, but I can teach for another 2 years. You know,
I got 2 years to get out of this.
So that's something I thought was really weird. That just got pointed out to me when I looked at it. But
well, I was kind of surprised because of just things that are happening in the U.S. government and how things are getting cut backs and shut down and people are getting laid off. I was kind of surprised that Safe Sport and Heads Up were even still up.
Well, there's that whole scandal with the Safe Sport CEO.
Yeah. Well, there's some other stuff also, but yeah, I'm kind of surprised that's even still up right now. I'm glad it's still up. But
if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google it. It's not it's not that hard to find. But anyway, so yeah, anything else before we move on?
No, that's all the big announcements right now for us at least.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so main topic.
Well, hold on, I got one more question for you. Did you decide if you're going to go to the clinic or not?
You said 48 hours.
No. Okay, not that. Okay, I thought you would get it by now. The Taguchi clinic.
Oh, no, I'm not going to go because I'm going to. We did that episode on seminars and stuff like that, and if this was a seminar, I would have went. But this is like a training camp, and once again, the sessions were divided into like everything we complained about on that episode. This is going to happen.
They're doing.
So they're doing. So I'm just like, I'm not gonna. What do you call it? Jump through hoops to go through it to go. Basically, I have an event I promised my wife I would go to that weekend.
Yeah.
So I could have made it work, but the timing would be really tight. And then I was worried about my knee and stuff. So I'm seeing getting a second opinion next week on it. So I might get surgery. So I don't want to like do anything too difficult on it before the surgeon gets to look at it. Otherwise, the MRI is like no longer accurate, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay, it's not worth it. All those things combined, it's not worth it. It's not cheap either. So yeah, I'm not going to go.
All right.
And it's not like that. This is another thing I talked about with people. Like if I was smaller, if I was like a smaller girl or a smaller guy, I think she might have a chance to do randori with me and stuff, which did happen in the previous time she came. But she's not going to do randori with me, right? I don't need. I don't want to go there just to like look at her or just like go like, wow, she's like right there, like that. I don't really care much about that. And I'm not going to talk about that technique stuff. We talked about that in the episode, but if it's like, oh, I'm a girl and I get to do randori with her, then yeah, maybe that would like kind of shift things over because some of my students from I don't know if we talked about this. Some of the students that went from last time said they got denied doing randori with her. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And then there was a little couple of things that happened there that I'm not going to bring up because I told the person that told me that I'm not going to talk about it. So maybe I'll cut that out. But a couple of things happened. It's just like basically like, oh, told you, like things we talked about in that episode that happened.
Yeah, but I get it. I knew that you wanted to go train with her, meet her and stuff. So I just wanted to see if you were going to go or not.
Yeah. The other thing was like you remember this we did not talk about last episode, but the students were saying, yeah, like a certain sensei from certain place kept like kind of monopolizing her by like kind of way. So it's like, oh, imagine you paid just as much money as these other people, but then because that guy's more influential or has better connections, he's like able to just like get her to give more direct instruction to a certain group. So yeah, that I would be pretty pissed if that happened to me. Like it's not like you didn't pay. I'm not here to subsidize your privates, basically.
Yeah. No, right? I get it. I totally get it. No, I remember. So, Anthony, what's our main topic for today?
Yep. So I think it's been a year now since you've done the no-gi program, a no-gi judo program. So we want to just talk about that. We did. Oh, my dog's scratching the door. We did talk about no-gi judo like a couple of times before. And most of it was revolving around like, oh, is no-gi judo a thing? Is it just wrestling? Is it like this, that? We're not gonna do that. We're just going to talk about you and your experience this past year doing that program. So, how has it been for that year? I think I've out of the how many classes have you held throughout the year? Was it on
So
average once a month, and you had one
yeah,
month that you didn't do it? I think.
I'll give the whole story and stuff about it. But
Mhm.
so everybody knows, like everywhere I go do catch and stuff. I come do judo, and people always know that Sensei Juan does no-gi stuff. Sensei Juan does no-gi wrestling, does no-gi judo. He grappled a lot. He had a lot of experience, like just grappling without a gi on. People always ask me questions like, "How do you do this? Can you do judo without a gi? Can you throw without a gi? How does this work without a gi on?" And people like, I'm always
So we
open.
are gonna go over it
Yeah,
again.
I guess we are going to go over it. Why not?
Yeah.
And I'm always like, I have no problem helping people. I like helping people. Someone asked me, that's one of my worst things also. This is where I'm not like BJJ, where I'm not like, oh, you have a question? Well, I'll give you a private class, charge you this much money for it. Or I put that on my YouTube channel, watch the video, or buy this thing here. And like, if you
Hmm.
have a question, I answer it. It's one of my big faults. I just want to help people out. So I had so many people asking me about it. I was like, you want to know what? Why don't I just start teaching a no-gi judo class? I'm gonna get a no-gi judo class. I would try to do it at the Japanese Community Center because it's a Japanese thing. Before Sensei Gary passed away, I told him that I'm always going to try to help at the community center like he wanted me to. He asked us, Juan, Matt, please do whatever you can to help out the community center. And I thought, oh well, the community center needs new programs for the community center stuff. Why just start doing a no-gi class? And that was a little bit kind of hard to get them to agree with it because, like, well, we already have a judo class one stuff, and how does no-gi judo different from regular judo? Is it going to be a self-defense class? Is it like karate? It's like, no, it's not wrestling. It's not BJJ. I'm just teaching judo throws without a gi on, teaching people how to use underhooks, overhooks, how to do throws and do newaza techniques from judo because we don't just have pins. People always think that, oh, judo is just throws and pins. How to do like arm burst sit-ups or really strong pins or kimura certain positions and stuff. So they finally agreed to it and basically came down to I was going to do this because I couldn't be super dedicated, do it like twice a month or once a week and stuff. I was like, I can be dedicated to do it once a month. Okay. That's why I made it a clinic. It's a 2 hour seminar clinic, what do you want to call it? It's a straight 2 hour class, not an hour class, not an hour and a half, 2 hours of just doing no-gi throwing and some newaza techniques. So the it got a little messed up in the beginning because they told me one price in the beginning, and then after I bought the insurance and everything, because they said, well, Juan, you need to buy the insurance to fill out the
Yeah.
application. As soon as I fill out the application after buying the insurance for an entire year, they upped the price on me, pretty much almost doubling the price on me. And then they said
Yeah.
also that everybody that goes to everybody that comes to the clinic, comes to the seminar, has to be a member of the community center. So instead of me being like, okay, well, I'm only charging $50 for people to come, I'm going to just take the community center fee out of that $50. I'm not going to charge them an extra 20 on that.
Yeah. For
So I've
those
already,
who sorry, to pause real
no,
quick. So for those who are unfamiliar, who go to a private dojo, or maybe you are in a country where they don't do this. I know some other countries do this, but usually when you go to a community center like YMCA or something, you would have to join the YMCA membership, right? That's what I did when I used to go to Open Mat at YMCA. I'd have to pay for the YMCA membership in addition to the judo membership to train at that judo club training in YMCA. So same thing with us that we are part of the Hollywood Japanese Cultural Institute. So all programs that occur on the premise, like yoga, Japanese language class, whatever, have to pay an annual fee to the Japanese Cultural Institute. So when they join your judo program, they need to sign up like $20 a year. So
yeah.
yeah,
And so I'm not charging people $50 for the clinic, and then charging them another 20 on top of that during the community center because it's like a hidden fee. I was like, you want to know what? I'll just take the hit. If they keep coming, great. That's a one-time loss thing to me. But the one thing with it being the clinic is that a lot of people think that's just a one-time thing. They don't have to come one time. And so I had a little bit of losses right there. Overall, throughout the entire year of doing this, I did 10 classes
yeah. So there was
because
2 months you can do it. I remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was the 1 month where I got stuck in Japan,
Hmm.
which was fun. That was a very interesting experience. So I got stuck in Japan for 3 weeks. And then the second time that that I wasn't able to have my class was that there was a miscommunication with the community center's groundskeepers that live there.
Hmm.
And before they're opening the door for me, no problem. There's a few times I had to knock on the door to remind them, but there's no problem. Towards the end of my year of doing this, they wouldn't be there, or I had to call someone to open a door for me. So there's one day where they just no one showed up, no one answered, the door was locked,
I think
and
it's completely insane that you're paying them that much money and they didn't give you a key.
yeah, that was another thing. I kept asking, like, can I get a key or something? Like, I would put a deposit down. I'd give it to you guys after I'm done and stuff, but they just wouldn't give me a key. So, and then the community center, the groundskeeper comes on saying, "Well, we don't know what days you're there." And I was like, I gave him a letter, be like, "These are the days that I'm going to be here. This is the next month's
Yeah.
thing. This is when I'm going to be here." So there was 1 month that no one was there, no one answered. I was like, "You want to know what? Forget it." Like, I was very pissed off. I had to do a class canceled thing on there,
Hmm.
but so I missed the second month. And then last month, the same thing almost happened again. And I told the groundskeepers the week before, like, "Hey, remember, I'm having my class there next Sunday." "Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah." I get there, I start getting ready to set up. I don't see their cars there. I'm like, well, maybe one of them's at home right now. Okay.
Hmm.
The door's locked still. Okay. Well, I start moving the mats out there. Luckily, another member of our dojo, Aaron, that has one of those master keys to the main hall in the secondary,
Hmm.
the annex building. Luckily, he showed up and was like, well, let me see if my key still works. Luckily, it still works, so he opened up for me. And I told the community center about this, and they're like, "Oh, well, we're sorry about that. We're sorry I messed up." But
But I was curious. Did you not tell them that you paid a year's insurance? So every time you can't host class,
yeah,
they're basically taking money from you.
well, that's what I had when I had the end of the year meeting with them. When
Yeah.
they finally let me know when they're having their meeting, their board meeting for the community center, and I went to go talk to them. I told them, like, I'm losing money on this. Okay, I'm,
Yeah, but
I'm
did you tell them it was because of them?
well,
Like,
yeah, I told that part of it. It's like, I'm losing money. I'm advertising for this. I give you guys your cut. You guys have made this much money off me. Like, I don't want to give out numbers and stuff, but you guys have made this much money off me. I've lost this much money to me. It's hard for me to keep doing this at a loss. I didn't expect to become rich off this. I didn't expect to get millions of dollars off this and become like this big success, but I expected to break even and really make a little bit of money, at least pay for gas or something, because I usually
yeah.
take you or Matt, whoever helped me out that day, out to lunch also. So I'm losing money on that also. So when I first started the program, it started off pretty well. I had a decent number of people. And it's funny, it went pretty well from August all the way up to December. It was doing pretty well. Like, it was actually funny.
Hmm.
November, December, my biggest two classes were the biggest ones, which I thought would be like smallest classes, are actually the most biggest ones. And my recent last two classes have been my smallest, which is
Well,
interesting.
it is summer
Yeah. Well, we
time,
always actually,
so
well, it is summer, it is this. But it's funny, I
yeah,
thought that maybe in November, people would be out to visit their families and stuff. And
yeah.
December, people visiting their families would be the smallest class, but they weren't. They're actually pretty decent sized classes.
So okay, go ahead.
No,
Complete.
so I was thinking, well, maybe just because I lost momentum of that one class being canceled, maybe I lost momentum from that one. Then I had another class, then I had to cancel another one because the, the annex building wasn't open for me. So I thought it was interesting that even my turnover rate of people that were regulars, I would come pretty often,
Hmm.
even towards the end right now, has dwindled off. I'm like, is it the way that I'm teaching? Is it that I'm going over the same stuff too much? Because I did have to change how I taught also. When I first started
What do
teaching,
you? Okay, are you going to get into it? I was going to ask you what you mean. How do you
yeah,
have to change?
well, because I was making it like I wanted to make like a standalone clinic each
Hmm.
time, I think I was putting too much into it. Like, I would go over like Ippon Sonagi, Ogoshi, Harai Goshi, Uchimata, Harai Goshi, Tai Toshi, throws in the arm bars, throws in the pins and stuff. And I would just cram, I think, a lot of stuff into that 2 hours. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I'm just because the class is too similar each time, the seminar's too similar each time. Maybe that's why people aren't coming back. I'm not getting return people. And I totally get that. Or maybe I'm just going through things too fast. They're not really learning what they want to learn. So maybe I should slow it down. So that's when I started changing after about three, maybe four classes. I changed it into be like, okay, well, this class is all about Uchimata and different ways of doing Uchimata. This class is all about Taitoshi and how to do Taitoshi in different ways. This class is all about Ogoshi or Ipponsonagi, and just going over one throw, different ways, different techniques, not different techniques, but different ways of going into it from different positions.
Have you tried like getting feedback from people?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
I've asked people, and I don't know if they're just too polite or don't want to say anything.
Oh yeah, that's always going to think. Like,
Yeah.
for example, the most common reason people will give when they quit is they'll say my work schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I see this like across all the dojos I visit.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what happened to this person? Oh, their work schedule changed. Can't.
Yeah.
That's the most common excuse. But you can totally tell when it's like if it actually changed or they actually moved or they just either it's one of the things that's so obvious that I don't need to ask for clarifications, basically.
Mm-hmm. And there's also
yeah.
the people that you know aren't going to return because they get thrown like multiple times in one class, and they're like, "Oh my god, is this what judo's like? This is not what I thought it was going to be like."
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have crash pads right now. I'm trying to make the mat as soft as possible. I've like double matted and stuff. We're falling. We're not just. I know we don't have like the subfloor like we have in the dojo, but I have like double matted and things like that. And I try to teach people to throw ways that they're not hurting each other. You know.
So, how much of it like did you think the class was like targeted? Like a lot of people showing up, did they not have any takedown experience at all? Were they just kind of like jujitsu people that pulls guard and like I'm going to learn some judo today, like and then it came in and they're like, oh crap. Or is it some people that already had like they start from a club that does takedowns just poorly and they're like, oh, let me go learn it from someone who knows what they're doing?
It was a little bit 50-50 because I would get some people that are just BJJ guys. I want to learn how to do judo throws. And they're more the ones of like, oh my God, like this is being thrown a lot and stuff. And they're just not used to it. And I have guys that were like, oh, I was wrestler, then I did BJJ, but I want to learn some judo throws. I really like judo a lot, but I just don't know where a club is near me. Or I get people who are like, oh, I was an ex-judo guy when I was younger, got into BJJ, and I just want to like, how do I adapt my judo throws into these BJJ techniques? Because like all these people, a lot of us just they want to learn how to use judo for their BJJ.
Yeah,
they want to learn how to use judo for their open grappling, and it's always like, oh, I love this stuff, I love the throws, I love this stuff. But then they're not return customers. Like I've had a handful, a little bit more. I say I had 10 people that are like recurring people that come back and forth throughout the year. There was one guy I had at the beginning of the year that was coming like every class, but I think it was after I think it was after Thanksgiving one. I didn't see him anymore after that. I was like, damn, I must have lost him. But I knew that he was getting thrown really, like, because he's so big, he felt like I knew he was feeling like he was getting thrown hard. And I'd tell him like, no, you need to let them throw you and land better.
So, yeah, because I used to, at my old dojo, I used to see this all the time. And also I've gotten some inquiries fairly often. Whenever there's like a big jiu-jitsu tournament coming up, people would like send me DMs or like people who would ask other people to ask me like, oh, I want to come in and do a private because I have a judo tournament. Like, not judo, a BJJ tournament in like a week. And most of the time I turn them away. One, because I don't need the money, but two, I'm like, it's not going to help you. Like, if anything, I think it's going to make you do worse. Which I have seen happen before, where people like cram something 2 weeks before a tournament, and then they try to force that drill technique out during a live environment, and it just like gets them countered hard or get thrown.
Yeah. And then you get the whole thing, well, judo doesn't work. So I tried this judo technique, it didn't work at all.
Yeah, the other thing, like even worse than throws, is like grip fighting. Like I've seen more and more now because grip fighting is becoming more and more realized as important in jiu-jitsu and judo. So now they're going to judokas to talk about like, teach me grip fighting. I'm like, I can teach you grip breaks, but it's not really going to help you much. Like, because it's such a dynamic thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you have to like learn. It takes time to get all that skill to be built in. But did you have anyone like that coming in and just be like, oh, I'm here to learn some stuff because I have a no-gi tournament coming up?
no one directly asked me about for tournaments, but I did have people like,
Hmm.
oh, I really want to become a really good, like well-rounded no-gi grappler and stuff.
Hmm.
Oh, this one person brought in their son, and I could tell like he wants his son to be like an MMA fighter and stuff. So he wants
Yeah.
him to learn how to throw from the top position and bottom position.
Yeah.
And I always do it. And at the class, I always have people ask like, well, I ask people questions like, is there any question about judo? Is there any question about position or why we do something in judo, or could this help you in a technique? And a lot of
Hmm.
people are asking me, how can I throw a wrestler? Like if a wrestler stands like this, how do I throw them? I was like, well, it's
The
really
short
simple. Just
version, the short version is you don't. If they've been wrestling since they're like 5 or something.
yeah. Well, my thing is like growing up as a wrestler and as a judo player now, it's like, well, if you're good, it's very easy to uchimata somebody or taitoshi someone, but you have to practice that a lot. It can't just be a one quick answer. I teach you
Hmm.
uchimata today, and you're gonna uchimata every wrestler you get. If someone does a blast double to you and you don't know how to sprawl out the way, then yes, you're screwed. Okay. If someone does a blast double to you and you can sprawl out the way, get your underhooks in between underneath the person or get an underhook overhook, yeah,
Hmm.
you can step in Uchimata somebody really easy from there or slide down Taitoshi on them.
Yeah. The only reason that I can even like put up a fight against some of the younger wrestlers in my jiu-jitsu club or when I go to open mat is because one, they're not a D1 wrestler, right? And two, because of the gi. Like that's the only reason I can keep up with them if they've been
Mhm.
wrestling since they're a kid.
Uh-huh.
If you're a no gi, like I mean, you're gonna just have to wrestle more, I think.
Well, it's
So
more like this is one thing with the nogi classes showing them, and this is again going from my wrestling background, is that pummeling isn't just a this is one thing I had to tell somebody one time that because they're pummeling. I was like, so I'm gonna teach you guys how to pummel today, and all they're doing is that
that drill,
the drill
swimming,
that
the
no
swimming
one
drill.
that someone that doesn't know what pummeling is teaches always, and it's just that slamming their shoulders into each other,
Yeah,
slamming their
yeah.
shoulders, and they think that that's
I
the
hate
drill.
that. I hate that
I'm
drill so
gonna
much.
slam my shoulder into you, you're gonna slam your shoulder into me, and we're gonna build that wrestlers do this, and they're strong, so that's what we're gonna do. It's like, do you know why we do that? Do you know what the reason for the pummeling drill is? Is to get the underhook overhook or to get the double underhook on somebody to throw them. We're
Mhm.
testing to see who can get it faster inside to get the better position. Or if you're stuck with the overhook, how to use the wizard to jack somebody up to do an uchi. Well, for me, it'd be do the uchimata or haragoshi. And when I
Yeah.
would show people these things, they're like, "Oh my god, that makes so much more sense now." That no one explained that to me. No one told me that. It's, yeah, because they probably didn't know. They just see a wrestling drill, and well, wrestlers do it, so it must work. You
It's the
know?
same thing we talked about with certain ways of doing uchikomi. It's
Yeah.
like people will say, "Don't do this when you do an uchikomi," or "Do this when you're doing it." It's like, why? Like, and they don't understand. Like, why do the Japanese like do the swing the leg back and
Hmm.
the hips back and stuff? Like, people don't understand why they're copying it or why they aren't copying it. So
Or what's the mechanics like? You always
yeah,
look at the mechanics stuff. Like, what's the mechanics about it? You know, why do you do this? And like one of the
yeah,
things I always tell people when I'm doing throws and teaching them, it's like I always give them like the head movement.
yeah,
If I'm throwing somebody and their head's next to me, I can still throw them, but it's gonna be some work. If their head's in front of me, like I pulled them all over, I broke their kazushi, their balance, they're all the way in front of me when I'm already inside, they're going over. But if I go to throw somebody and their head's behind me, there ain't no way I'm throwing you unless I have this freaking crazy strength or something. And explain to people with certain throws, they're just like, oh my God, that makes so much more sense. I can totally throw somebody now. It makes it so much more easier to throw somebody doing this. And this is the kind of stuff that I
yeah,
want to do. Like I want to give people answers for what we're doing, why this works in judo, why in wrestling
yeah.
this is like really strength based right here, but using the mechanics in judo makes it so much more
Yeah.
easier.
So here's some harder questions, right? So in what was the largest class you had, like in attendance?
My largest class, I think, was almost, God, I want to say like almost 20, but I think it was more like 15, 16 people.
Hmm. And
And I
then
think,
what?
and I think that was like my Christmas class was, I think that was the biggest one.
Yeah. And then what about the smallest?
The smallest one was two people,
2 people. Yeah.
two people at
Oh.
least. I haven't had one person. Don't you jinx me now, Anthony.
It's kind of like there's that one day where like I had like no one in my class. I had like 4 people in my beginners class, and then there was like 20 in yours, and then and then there was another day where it swapped. Like,
yeah, there's one day where I had no one show up to my class, and I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Philippe was like, "What did you do to him last week?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know what I did to him last week."
Yeah. So, how much of it do you think has to do with like you didn't advertise it well enough? Like, because I know you also spent money on social media advertising,
Yeah.
right?
It's funny because I'm going to say this. I was conservative in advertisement because I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money in advertisement and then no one shows up. So I was a little conservative about it because it was interesting. There was people, even at my catch wrestling gym, that would still ask me like, "Oh my God, Juan, are you like, you're doing a catch wrestling? You're doing a no-gi judo clinic?" It's like, yeah, I'm doing a no-gi judo clinic. Like, and it's funny because I promoted.
Did any of them from did anyone from your catch wrestling place go?
At least 1, 2, 3. I think 4 of them came.
Okay.
4 of them came. But it's funny. Remember, there was a son and nephew. And Theo that used to come to our jiu-jitsu class, and used to come to our judo class.
They keep saying they're going to come, but they even paid money and they didn't come.
Yeah. So they were coming to our judo class, and then I catch them in my catch wrestling class. And it's funny, when I saw my catch wrestling, they saw me. Like, I saw them, and they saw me, and they gave me this look like, "Oh no." And I was like, guys, whatever works for you, for your schedule, whatever you like more, as long as you're grappling, you're out there doing stuff, it is perfectly fine. You know, I don't care. But Theo, the uncle, like, he overheard me and Raul, I think it was me and Raul talking about it. And he's like, "You do a no-gi judo class?" I go, "Yeah, I do a no-gi judo seminar once a month at the Hollywood Judo Institute and stuff." And he's like, "Oh, well, what's your information?" I was like, "Well, I told him, like, go to Tatami Talk or go on my Instagram, or Raul even posted a lot on his Instagram as well, what my classes are, and you just see it there and stuff. Because they know where it is. They know where the dojo's at. They came to our judo class." But they're really into it. And it's funny because his nephew, the last time I was there, I catch the same time I was there, was just asking like, "How'd you do that throw? How'd you do that? How'd you get that to work for you?" He's like, "Because I use this and I do that. And I explain in my judo, in my no-gi class and stuff. You should come sometime." And he still didn't show up.
When I looked at your advertisements, a lot of it didn't have videos in it. Like, do you think that played a part in it?
I tried doing videos. Well, there's so actually one of my catch wrestling buddies said the same thing. He was like, "Juan, your thing looks cool, and to throw people all the time and stuff, but you never put up any videos of you doing stuff or advertise."
I mean, that's why J-Flow is popular, right? So
yeah. So, like, to me, it was when I did put up videos of me doing no-gi throwing, I really didn't get a lot of interaction with it. So they are on the Instagram. And Raul put some up also of me doing throws, which got people asking, like, "Am I teaching no-gi at a Fight Science now? Am I teaching at the catch wrestling class judo throws?" Like, no, I just throw them at catch. I just throw them, period. But I would every now and then try to put up videos with the advertisement, where I'd put up my advertisement, I put up a video with it of me doing a no-gi throw. So yeah, that could have been also that people aren't seeing me throwing people, so they're like, who knows?
Because I know. I mean, we literally just talked about how we plugged the Substack to our listeners, and people still didn't know it exists. So sometimes things just like slip through the cracks. So are you going to keep doing it the next coming year?
Well, as of right now, I haven't came to an agreement with the community center about cost. Like I said, I've lost money on this. I've lost a lot more than I planned on losing. Like I said, I didn't think I was going to come rich off this, but I wasn't expecting to lose this much. And I told them that I would like to continue, but I can't continue at this price that they gave me. If they could please lower it or give me a better rate and guarantee me that to be someone to open up the annex building like they're supposed to.
Are you open to like teaching it at Fight Science or like in a BJJ club? Because there's a lot of BJJ clubs that are starting a judo program, and frankly, from what I've seen, they're pretty terrible. Sorry, I'm just being honest, but
well, we've seen I'm not saying people from our dojo, but I've seen some of these MMA clubs that hire a BJJ or hire a judo guy to teach judo, and it's this guy's like a first dan, just got his black belt, doesn't know a whole lot.
Well, we've also seen some people that have pretty good competitive accolades, and it's It's not always the case, but there were a couple instances where it's like they're high level competitors, but they just don't know how to teach.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they end up just some of the programs actually didn't survive because of that. As people local to the LA area will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's like yeah. So there's that too. It's not just because of the rank. Like some of these people are like has titles to them and
Mm-hmm.
they just can't teach really well. And it's one of the consistent feedbacks I've heard from people that come to us because they're like, "Oh yeah, I trained with so and so." I'm like, "Yeah, why are you here then?" And then they're like, "Don't tell anyone, but he's not that good of a teacher." Like,
Mm-hmm.
so
There's one
we
good thing about our dojo about Hollywood. You, me, Philippe, I think are very, very good teachers. You know, I think we're very good instructors and passing knowledge on. I think we're good at
I'm just a mad scientist.
it. But and I think that works. People like the way I teach, and I see progress from my guys when they go and compete that way.
So what? But
But
back to the original,
like,
back
am
to the
I going
original
to continue
question:
to push myself?
Are you gonna explore like jujitsu clubs, YMCA, other stuff?
I would,
Since the community center keeps being like that,
yeah,
so
I would like to continue the program. Am I going to continue at the community center? Most likely not. The way it's going to be there.
yeah.
If another dojo or place, MMA place, academy, whatever, offers me a better deal or offers me a good just offers me something to teach at their place.
Hmm.
And they have to understand this is only like a once a month thing. I can't be super. That's one bad thing. Also, I
I
can't be
think
super
I was
dedicated
gonna
to it.
say
You
that's
know?
the other thing that probably turns people off. It's like,
Yeah,
oh, it's once a month. You know, it's kind of like
yeah.
if you only brush your teeth once a month, people are like, I'll skip this month. You know, like
I'm gonna skip this month of brushing.
yeah,
I'll choose
it's like
some
a
gum instead.
it's a habit, you know. You
Yeah,
gotta form a habit to develop. So
yeah. I would like to continue, but I really don't see a foreseeable future about it. But we'll see.
yeah. Do you think at once a month it's even like helpful for these people? Like honestly,
I want to say,
I obviously there it's you would think it's helpful because that's why you would
yeah,
do it, right?
yeah.
And lose money, but um, but like how helpful is it? Do you think like?
Well, for like I said, when I thought that I was doing too much, I think that
Mhm.
it wasn't as helpful as it could have been. Like when I was doing like so many, like 10, like 5, 6 throws in one seminar.
Yeah.
But I think that what I kind of calmed down, made like one throw multiple different ways. I think that was more helpful so people can take that to their own home dojo and practice one of the ways that I taught them.
Yeah, because going back to what we talked about in the seminar episode, like
Hmm.
the episode we talked about seminars, because you're basically doing seminars in a sense,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And we did say there are good seminars, but a lot of the bad seminars, they show people stuff that they want to see and hear, but it's not what they need to know.
hmm,
And then they walk away thinking like, oh, I know how to do XYZ now. And then
yeah.
A, they either forget it, or two, they can't apply it because it's just like that one time. So um, yeah, that's basically what I was asking. So, so are you saying you're gonna, if you keep doing this for the next year, are you gonna change the way you market it, the way you teach it, the consistency? Like, what are the lessons learned here?
The lessons learned is stop trying to help out a community center. They want to help you out. No, I'm just joking.
I mean, that's fair. That's totally
Yeah.
fair.
Um, I don't know because, like I said, when I was first planning doing this, I didn't expect a lot of people to keep coming.
Hmm.
I always thought it'd be like a lot of high turnover because it's a clinic, you know, that's what I thought
Yeah.
it'd be a clinic, a seminar. So that's why I was going to go over so many throws in one turn, in like one session, 2 hours,
Hmm.
5, 6 throws, two Newaza techniques and stuff. Had to do it. But then when I started seeing people like the people returning, keep coming, I was like, okay, well, maybe I want to teach these guys how to do Uchimata from 5 different ways instead of 5 different throws, you know? So it's like I'm not sure which like because it was almost at a point kind of becoming more of like a class
Hmm.
when it's a lot of return people. So I want them to get better. So it's kind of hard like which one I want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Do I want to make it like a class where I work over one throw a bunch of ways, or more like I said, seminar clinic where I just go over a bunch of different throws, and if you come back again, you'll learn those all those throws again.
Yeah. That's hard because I mean, you can always be like some of these other people and show really advanced stuff they have no business doing, and then they're like, oh, that's so cool, and
I
then
just
they
don't.
can't do it.
But that's where my thing that I don't like doing that. You know me. I like
Yeah.
teaching real stuff that's going to work in
Yeah.
real life judo or
What's that?
real life grappling. You know,
Who's that guy that the Maruyama is doing a seminar with in Korea, where he's like pretty Instagram famous and he shows a bunch of dangerous shit that doesn't work?
no, that's your stuff. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so you could do that.
I could do that.
This is
One
how
thing I
you do a
also
flying reverse Kani Basami.
I don't want no one getting hurt on my watch. Also, you know,
Yeah.
I know. And we were had a conversation about someone that comes that was just doing normal stuff, hurting people. If I taught crazy stuff and people got hurt, I just don't want that.
Yeah. So it sounds like you don't have a plan. Like,
No, my plan is kind of like I tried it. It's worked out somewhat, but it's dying, which kind of makes me sad. It makes me question my own teaching ability sometimes. It's like, oh man, I thought I was a decent teacher, but if I'm not getting return business,
well, people always talk about how being a teacher is different from a business person in advertising, right?
Yeah.
I know so many good teachers out there that they just don't, either they're bad at advertising or they just don't care to advertise, and they're just kind of like, this isn't my main thing. If you want to come learn and learn, like my Wing Chun instructor, for example, he's actually really freaking good. And there's a local guy who's famous in LA, and I visited him. Just like you, he's like, maybe he won fights when he was younger, whatever. I'm not gonna talk about that, but like as a teacher, he can't even hold a candle to this no-name guy I was learning out of a garage. So,
but advertising is a big thing. It's like I'm pretty concerned about advertising right now. If I pay double from advertisement, that mean I get double the people on a consistent basis.
Obviously it's not. So
you know,
they actually have studies showing that marketing budgets tend to not really do anything. So
well, when I was in film school, we had to go through a marketing course and stuff about like how to sell your films and stuff and promote your films. And one of the things was that like if you buy commercial times, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's like they have to see like 15 times just to be interested in something.
Yeah, I don't know how much I believe that. I know I heard about that before. Yeah.
And I remember when I used to teach for young Olympians, I used to teach for martial art for kids. And even when I found out about martial art for kids when I was a kid and stuff, when I was like middle school, maybe like elementary school, they would send those flyers to the school like once a month. And like, how many times did my mom see that flyer about like martial art for kids and stuff, really cheap martial art program?
My mom totally ignored all that stuff.
Yeah, like how many times would a parent have to see it, be like, well, maybe I would take my child to this and try it out, you know? And that's how I got involved in that system and stuff. But even when I was teaching for martial art for kids, as soon as we stopped sending those flyers out for kids to come to the program and stuff, I immediately saw our numbers drop.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I don't know what it is like for other parents. I'm just, or people, because to me personally, when I see flyers or stuff emailed to me or stuff, I immediately think of it as like physical pop-up ads. That's basically, and I'm just like clicking, closing. I'm just like tossing it. I'm just not even registering what it's saying. That's why I'm personally not a huge fan of like physical advertisement media. Also, we did hand out flyers at one point, and let's just say I think we got like 2 students come by to try it in class.
It's such an old school technique. If you hand out flyers and stuff, and even the dojo, we did a thing where I can't remember which school district it was, but we did a thing where we put our advertisement in their brochure or something, and we didn't get anybody from that. I told them, if we do this brochure style, we're gonna have to advertise for like go help them like buy space for a year for to see something back.
That's why I said the beach dojo thing was would be a good thing. Also, I think advertisements, like a lot of people are like, I'm not saying you said this, but you brought it up, right? Oh, I double my ad revenue, and I should see double the returns, right? That's not how it works.
Oh, I don't see. No. I would be like,
but some people think that. Some people think that, but I think. And then you have people that are like, oh, yeah, we advertise. We post on Instagram. We post on Facebook. We buy ads. But it's like they're posting like shitty images, like no videos. Sometimes they have like this like nausea-inducing editing. You know what I'm talking about? Like it's the camera shaking and blurring in and out, and then there's like loud music in the background. I just like immediately blocked that out. So there's that. But I think the number one thing is networking. Like definitely exposure through word of mouth is the number one thing. We see that in kids class. We see that in our adults class. We see that. I just think across all markets and industries. And
Well, that
then
was like with one of my
and then I think sorry, let me finish
go
the
ahead, go
point.
ahead, go ahead.
I think the advertisements that you put is like on top of that. It's like the cherry on top of the cake. It's not like giving you just a cherry and like, why aren't you coming to my store to eat this cherry? Because people will be like, oh yeah, my friend talked. Like they'll scroll through the Facebook or Instagram ads and they'll see, oh, Hollywood Judo. Yeah, my friend talked about them one time, and then they look into it more. Right, that's where it shines. It's not just like you're scrolling through. You'd never heard of Hollywood Judo, and you look at it, or who is this no name guy doing no gi judo? He's not J Flow. Like so I think that when you market, that's kind of what that you got to be more realistic about how you do it. It's kind of like how when people are solving like the problems of the USA Judo and stuff, and they're like, oh, we tried, it's not working. It's like, yeah, because you try that one thing, but there's like you need multiple things going on at the same time.
Well, one of the classes that I had, it was one of the earlier classes. A guy came from one of my first classes, enjoyed it a lot, came to the second class, and then the third time he came, he brought like 5 people with him. Like he brought a group of people, and they're just like how much they liked the class, enjoyed it. But at the end, I heard them talking, and they're like, "Hey, how much would it cost for us to get our own mats and stuff? Just hang out ourselves, just do." It's like, God damn, that is just still my idea. But it's like, oh, okay, so they figured out that they could just grapple with each other at the house and have a grapple, like kind of like what you tried to do that one time. Just have a little party at the house.
I mean, you took my mats, otherwise I'd be still hosting them right now.
Well, you have them back in a month, okay? In a month, you have them back. I'll bring them.
Well, not if you're going to keep doing it, but
I'm not gonna, like I said, the way the community center is being with me, the rate that they're giving me and stuff, I can't justify losing this much money and continuing it. If they lowered the rate on me, if they lowered it, and it's severely they lowered it, I may continue it. But just the way the last meeting went, and like I said, the first time I met up with them last year to do this, to even start this program, they quoted me one thing, said, "Oh, we can definitely get you this, charge you this much to start off with." They start the program, and then we'll talk about raising it. And then as soon as I got the insurance, oh yeah, it's actually double that. We talked about it afterwards and doubled it. So I don't think they're going to lower the rate. Sadly.
Well, lesson learned. Before buying insurance next time, have them write down an agreement, because what happens if you buy? Imagine I didn't lend you the mats and you bought mats too, and then you're like, okay, I can't afford it now, and now you
like,
bought
Anthony, here, you have my mats at your house. Go take my mats. You can have them. If I ever need them back, just let me have them.
Yeah, imagine you did all the math, you took out the loan to buy the mats, and I mean, I'm talking about like starting a business. I'm not talking about this scenario. Like, imagine you went out to rent a place, right? And they're like, "Oh yeah, this is the price, but you need insurance first." And then you're like, "Okay," and you paid insurance, get the mats, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, the fee is now this much."
If I was if I was doing this more professionally at a place that I rented a professional place, I would do all that, Anthony. I was just trying to be goodwill and be a good guy for Sensei Gary to help out the community center, and I got screwed over, man.
No, that's why I always have. That's I'm not a lawyer, but that's the lawyer in me. So
yeah. Sorry, I thought I could take them for their word, what they told me.
Yeah. What would you say? Have you gotten any negative feedback from people? Like people saying like, I kind of didn't like that you did this. Like, no, obviously no one's gonna be like, your class sucks, right? No one's gonna say that to you in front of you, or maybe they did say that to someone else and it came back around to you, right? I've actually had that. Like for my classes, people think like majority of people think my classes are amazing, right? But I have gotten like out of like the 300-400 people that walk through the door, I got like at least 2 or 3 people that the word comes back around, and it's not that they don't like me, it's just like they're like, oh, I preferred this instruction more. So I have gotten that. Have you
like I said that? No one that has taken my class directly has given me bad intel or anything saying
no one's gonna do that, because
I'm saying like The only person that's giving me criticism has been you,
Really?
Yeah.
No, yeah, because we're bros.
Yeah, I know. But I'm
I
saying,
want
but
the
that's
best
like,
for you. So
I don't want the best for you. But the only person that's giving me, told me even criticism at all has been you.
yeah,
And I take it, because we are friends. We're close,
yeah,
we're podcast partners, right? You're my second Chinese
yeah.
wife. So, so when you give me intel about like, hey, Juan, I was at your class and I saw this, or I thought this was too
Hmm.
hard. So I take I take that in consideration. I'm like, okay, well, maybe that was too hard. Maybe I did let this happen too much.
Yeah,
And, that's the only one I've gotten was from you. But
yeah.
everything
Well,
else, people always like, I loved your class. But I have gotten, like we did say that one, like, oh, my work schedule changed. I have gotten a couple of those.
yeah. Wait, say that again. The last part.
I have gotten a couple of, oh, my work schedule changed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely not.
But legitimate, I know one of them, he did his work schedule change. I know he legitimately got fired. I know that.
Yeah. I mean, I personally, I know I use that excuse at the dojo because my work schedule did change.
Hmm.
Personally, I would not use that. If I wanted to quit someplace, I would just be like, yeah, it's not for me, this
Yeah.
place. Which I might one of the places I go regularly, I might do that. So
It was funny. One happy time I had was a guy that was originally coming to my classes, but
mhm.
he said his work schedule changed. But I did see him using the stuff that I did teach him in catch. And I
Yeah.
was very happy. I was like, oh, look, he's
Oh,
learning something.
that's the best feeling when you see someone
I was
pull
like,
off
oh,
something.
good. He's
Yeah.
doing what I told him to do. He's getting the underhooks I told him to get. Now he went for Haraigoshi, and it worked. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty Haraigoshi, but he got him with Haraigoshi.
Yeah.
And I know he ain't learned that at catch, and he ain't learned that at BJJ.
Yeah, that's the best thing is seeing it happen is the best thing. Now, the second best thing is when people come up to me and be like, "Oh, I went to a jiu-jitsu tournament and the thing you told me we trained worked." Right. So, um, yeah, that's obviously after training for 6 or 7 months, but yeah, it sounds like it might not happen. But uh, have
It's
you?
it's
Yeah,
not
go
dead in
ahead.
the water. I might bring this back later when I may have some more disposable income.
Hmm.
Again, try this again for another year.
Yeah, because I mean, most gyms fail the first time, and most
Yes.
people who have successful gyms either got a lot of help from people, like whether it's affiliation or from their own sensei or something like that, where they kind of help them, or they have to try it multiple times. Like
Yeah. And
I'm not even just talking about gym martial arts. I'm talking about businesses in general.
and I understand like right now things are tighter for people. A lot of people got laid off for certain reasons and stuff. Things are
Hmm.
getting more expensive for inflation. So it's hard to justify for most people. Like I'm paying
Yeah,
$50 for a no-gi clinic for 2 hour one no-gi clinic once a month. When I can spend at like our dojo $80, spend an extra $30, spend 80 to get unlimited classes for an entire month.
yeah. I, I mean, I offered to teach for free at certain places, and they I guess they don't like what I say or teach. So
They don't trust.
yeah,
If you offer something for free, people do not trust. That's just how it is.
yeah. I mean, a lot of times it's funny because I offer to teach for free, but no one wants it. But then
Mhm.
when when people offer to pay me, I refuse. To.
I don't want your money.
No, it's because it's really weird because the people that I offer to teach for free is because I could see like, oh, I can help you guys, right?
Mhm.
But the people who offer to pay me, I'm just like, I can't help you with what you want. like, like what I said, like, oh, learn how to grip fight 2 weeks before a tournament. I'm not going to
Mhm.
take your $200 and just to because it's not going to work, right?
Mhm.
Um, or I'm not going to teach you Ushimata in 2 weeks. Like that's not going to work. So it's just a really weird thing where it's kind of flipped. So yeah, I think I'm happy with my doing the garage open mat thing. I think
Mhm.
I like doing that.
Well, we can
Only
do it
problem is
again.
I live really far. Yeah.
We can do it again in about a month. We can do it again. All right.
Yeah, I mean, uh one of the places I like training down here in Torrance, and I follow the owner on Instagram, and he started from like his basement in his house and
Mhm.
like kind of like a garage gym. And a lot of places, just like the Gracies, they started with a garage gym and it kind of grew from there. It's really hard to find a place with no connections, no networking, no help, and you're just dumping your money in there and just hoping for the best, right?
Mhm.
So a lot of things are out of your control, just like the current financial climate, economic climate, right? That's totally out of your control. But I just will say again, a lot of jiu-jitsu clubs are definitely looking for judo programs. So, and the quality, we talked about how the quality of instruction is so low that you don't really need to be that good of a teacher anyway to provide better instruction. So, yeah. Is there anything else you want to add? I try to ask like tough questions because
I get it.
didn't want to be like, I don't want to be like, how awesome was your classes, Juan?
No.
Like,
and this is one thing where this is the truth. Like, and I've said this before when we interview certain people, it's not always sunshine and rainbows. It's not always going to work out, you know?
Just like Ajax, you're our second, you're our second judo fail. Sorry, Ajax, you're our second judo failure on the podcast.
I'm not failing. All right. I'm just quitting for a second. It's not a failure. I'm still having people come. Yeah. It's just if I amazingly somehow this weekend got like 10, 15 people or something, that'd be great. But like I said, the community center is not really working out with me with the negotiations of the new contract of how much they want to pay for rent. And like we talked about this at the dojo, how much the other martial arts that train at the dojo, Aikijitsu, karate, what they pay there and what they have there is way lower than what they're charging me. And I don't even store stuff in the annex building, you know? So it's just
really I really don't think it's you. I honestly think it's, well, let me rephrase that. I do think it's you, but it's mostly your work schedule. Like the whole once a month thing, I think is definitely killing you. Because we had the kata class where the person running it had the same conundrum because they were doing their PhD or master's, whatever. So they're like, oh, I can only do it once or twice a month, and I'm not sure when it's going to be. I'm going to announce it like a couple of weeks before it happens. Like people don't work like that. Like if I attend a class, I want to know when it's going to happen on the regular so I can plan my life around it. So if you're going to have it kind of like a pop-up kind of class, then I'm going to treat it like a pop-up and not come consistently. That's kind of like how it is. So I think the biggest constraint for you is definitely your work schedule, making that kind of impossible. So it'll be hard. Yeah, I'm not sure what the solution is. Just sell more instructionals, I guess. People like that. Yeah. I do. I think there will
be more Tatami Talk instructionals coming around this year, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely do instructionals. I think people will do that. Yeah, or live stream your classes. Like you could. Like that's an idea. Yeah. That's a good way to exposure. We were gonna do that at one point, right? Yeah, it was some ideas out there. But anyway, do you have anything else? Because I want to know what the listeners think about no-gi judo classes in general, what your experiences are with them, whether you think Juan should have done something different if you've been here. Like you can leave an anonymous comment.
Yeah, you leave an anonymous comment. Okay, it's all right. I'm not gonna be hurt by it. Okay, I'm not gonna come after you. Don't worry.
Yeah, I've only been to 2 of your classes to help out when Matt couldn't help, and one of them was this recently. There was 2 people, right? Did those 2 come back, by the way?
One of them was a somewhat regular.
Okay, yeah, and then the one of them had sambo experience. I remember him telling me. Yeah, and then the other class I went to was a bigger one, and I don't see anything. It's just a regular judo class.
Yeah, it's just a regular judo class in no-gi, and that's what
you're just teaching standard stuff that works. Like it's nothing super fancy like some of these other people show that it'll work, but it's very, very situational and very specific to that person's body type usually. So yeah.
All right. Well, that's it. So Anthony, is there anything else that you want to say about
didn't work out
class? It is what it is.
No, like I said, I think to summarize, I just think your schedule. I think if you had you're able to do it like, even if it's once a month, if you say like the first Monday or the first Sunday or something of every month, that'll still be like better, right?
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
All
yeah.
Right, do you want to do the outro?
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Check out the Substack, soon to be Beehive. Beehive, I think that's pronounced.
Or OnlyFans.
Or OnlyFans. Let us know. I'm maybe able to put a poll up. Beehive or OnlyFans. What else did I miss? Oh, if you have any questions, email us tatamitalk@gmail.com. You can. Social media is mostly Juan's going to be the one getting the messages. I know there's some messages we said we have to go through. Email is going to be mostly me, or you can DM me at Anthony Throws on Instagram, or DM the GR8_Juan on Instagram for Juan, or come check us out at Hollywood Judo. You can't ask me questions during class, but I have a lot of people that come visit, stay after class, and ask me a bunch of questions until Philippe's like, come train, like, because I've been like talking for like half an hour and class is going on afterwards. So yeah. All right, so now you got to come up with a, don't forget.
all right, so go ahead. Okay, let's do this. Okay,
all right, so thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Don't forget to
come to a Nogi Judo class hosted by Juan at Hollywood Japanese Culture Institute. And don't forget to slap the mat.
yeah.